For nearly 2 years now, everybody talks about how bad this game is. Couldn't say I blame them, even though I never played the game before. Or before we actually had this outbreak. Most people were unfortunate enough to buy this game. Speaking of the word unfortunate, and you're playing a disparate person that's in the pit of hell. Oh, and it's up to this unnamed person, that's the unholy one, to escape this fire pit from all these dreadful demons and wretched monsters, and you solving puzzles. Also, you're collecting things. And like any video game cliches we've seen for many years to come, this is pretty much the strangest one yet to exist. The weirdest thing about this game is how you save your game is those weird octopus arms. The reason why this game is yet bad and yet so good at once, and let's say about a few bad things. Voice acting is very horrendously bad, including the prisoner's voice. And most likely swearing. And yet this video has 25, if 940 reviews. To make sure I don't get too much copyrighted to this video. Oh, because there's like a bit of genders and most likely most half naked people in this video. I don't want to get blocked by YouTube. So I could just show you a few images here and there and a few movements. To this game's credit, the graphics don't look that bad. It's shown the trailer to this game, and I always wanted to play it because it looks pretty darn good. And it shows like the fresh bodies and or walls. There's like most likely teeth, which is pretty scary. There's already been a place where hell is at. And like the game called Doom, where everything's like most likely rocks and everything else dread-worthy, really horrifying. The red goddess they're talking about is the female one. Not to mistaken for the devil. This is pretty much based off a Holy Bible story about the red goddess taking over hell before Satan became the leader, well, of hell, of course. Again, this game's credit, it has pretty much well-designed graphics of blood, gore, and you get fruits that has Venus flytrap holes in them. You can solve puzzles by moving your character's finger around. If your character dies, you can respond to some other creature's different body, and that takes over. You'll become like a spirit ghost too, to possess some random creature's body, and once you do that, you can also attack a few monsters that were threatening on your way. there are also interesting bosses, just to make it almost worthy fun. I also love the weird creature design with the ps4 trap mouth face that I showed you guys last month ago, creating the Monsteria monster, her game. Basically, you're just used to just traveling through like what they call the infernal pits and seeing poor tortured souls getting in the word for it, unforgiven. And most of them are just talking amongst themselves like crazy. Easy people. Is this game worth playing? Yes and probably no. I do like how everything in the background is pretty well done. But it can be like hollow, shallow, a bit boring, and it's a survival game. If you get spotted by the demons, you'll instantly die and start all over again, like any type of survival game, being a bit hard at times, but worthy of a challenge. Music's alright at times, I guess. Sure, it's an action platforming game. At most parts, it can be somehow almost underwhelmingly bad. Because, believe me, lots of people keep on saying this game is really, really bad. And that's the reason why this game is called Agony. It will be a bit more challengingly good if it had somehow more interesting enemies for you to fight off with your torture stick of fire or carrying weapons. I do like the female demon, and she is like the best part of the game in the lesson 2. And just tormenting you until you get to the very end of the game. Speaking of the ending, I would say it's not the best ending they put in the game, but there's probably a couple of them. And spoiler alert, right in the final battle, you can control an oversized giant demon, which can be cool. Cool, I guess. Or if you had to see where you're going. At times these monsters are pretty well done. It's meant to be a horror game too. If it was more scarier being chased by giant demons. Also, welcome to my 899 video. Oh, even I'm late to say that. You know, we're getting close to my 900th video. Oh, I'll probably review something that's worthy to talk about out in my 900th video by tomorrow. For now, you'll just see me talk about this game that's actually not really that awesomely great at all. you'd be thinking, oh, how's this game that horrible from 2018? It looks amazingly great. Well, for instance, if you're playing like the game called Doom, you can shoot monsters. But you're just playing a defenseless soul that's trying to get to escape from the infernal pit. And that's basically it. Even though I never played this game before, but you can be almost cool at times, but when you're playing a normal human being, it gets boring after a while. I wasn't able to force the simple mind of the beast to release its full aggression. And the game's ending is not pretty much worth your time. You return to Earth, and then the demons from hell take over Earth anyways. So it's a big, well, there's no word for it, F you to the game you played it. Is this game worth playing? Well, yes and no. Oh, it can be a little bit, in the word for it, frustrating at times. And if you like to play something scary and yet spooky weird, this game might be for you. But if you don't like to play any survival games like I do, from that in isolations, then this game is probably not for you. So disappointingly, this game's graphics look like from an old PS3 than the ps4's graphic eras. But to its credit, I do like most of the monsters' designs and well-designed backgrounds. So I give a game called Agony for the PS4 and Xbox One a 3 out of 2. If it wasn't for those well-designed creatures, I would give it a low grading. I'll see you guys when I talk about a game that's not worthy to these kinds of messed up scenes. And hopefully I don't get blocked by YouTube doing this long 14-minute review. Leave a like and subscribe like an awesome guy that you all are. And I'll see you all in the next review.